I'm the Grace Strega, and we are here to do the collective reading for Monday, November 28th. What is in the cards for today? So let's shuffle and find out. Whoa, these cards do not want to shuffle. All right, let's get started. So what do we see happening in the collective today? Can I please get 5 cards to show the outlook for the week? I love the first card. You guys are going to love the first card too. First card coming out in our 5-card spread is the World right now. Guys, it's a new week. It's a new day. You are feeling very much more in a place of security and strength. There's something happening today that's making you feel much more empowered to move in the way you want to move, to build the world that you want to build. Understanding that you are the one who gets to make the determinations on this. A lot of work around manifesting today, making the things you do the focus, and understanding that you have the power to move things forward in this capacity. So I'm very happy with that being our first card, and a lot of things getting done today. Whenever we see the World card, this is also a card that talks a lot about the completion of a cycle. So for a lot of you right now, you might be feeling very liberated because you do feel free from a cycle that you've been finding yourself in. And now it's like the cycle is done and you are free to like begin again. And you're beginning again with like a much higher sense of purpose. Oh my goodness, this today is great so far. Why? Why are we seeing this purpose? Well, we've got High Priestess energy here. We've got the World and the High Priestess that we're starting this week's reads on. So this is saying right now, and it's going to hit a little different depending on whether you're aligned to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. You are feeling there is a capability here. There is a path of purpose. And for the feminines, it's going to feel like you are back on your spiritual place. That something potentially had you knocked off your spiritual center, and now you are back on your spiritual center. And this is what's giving you this grounding. This is what's giving you this strength. For masculine energy, this is going to feel at this moment that you have kind of moved into this new place of power. And it's specifically because there's a feminine energy that is close to you right now that you feel is allowing you to help you on this spiritual path. It's helping you kind of find this higher spiritual purpose. And this is what's giving you the strength to move forward in this fashion. So this is also something that some of the masculines could also be feeling contained within themselves, getting in deeper connection with that mysterious feminine that exists within themselves. So there's definitely a lot of insight coming today that's allowing you to move forward on your path and your purpose. I'm not hating this. Can I please get up? We've got 2 more cards coming up. Oh, we got the rest of the spread here. Oh, I love this. I love the rest of this 5-card spread we're pulling. More than anything, today is going to be marked, this week is going to be marked by victory. Some kind of like high victory, and feeling the fact that, you know, you have accomplished something big. There was this very huge accomplishment that you've been building towards. And I feel that there is this sense of accomplishment this week. Something that has been surpassed, something that has been surmounted. We completely love this. This is our center card for today. So what is it? And this is where things get very interesting, because we see the fact that for a lot of you, the reason that we're seeing this victory is because you've been hiding yourself from a message. You've been hiding yourself from a certain direction, something that you might not have felt very eager to do. Understanding you have to do it. It was a hard decision, because I feel like you were really thinking about other choices. But this is a week that you finally make that choice. You finally embrace that choice. You know what you have to do. And this is what is liberating you. And yes, it's a higher spiritually driven choice. It's something that you know you must do. You may have been reluctant to do it, but also again, with this countering it, you also know it's for your highest spiritual purpose. And that's why I see you kind of embracing this direction. More than anything, the understanding is whatever that decision was, you know now you have to take it. And you're making the choice to take it because, again, you're in a place right now where you need to get things done. And that choice that you were not choosing to do, the thing you didn't want to do, was literally preventing you from being able to do your work. Today, this is the week that I feel a lot of you are making the choice to choose yourself over something that has been blocking your blessings. Understanding that it was just not going to allow you to function or operate the way that you need to operate. And so you're making that hard decision for your highest spiritual benefit, knowing that it is for the benefit of literally the world, to keep you on your path. So this is where we see like the positive and the negative of the choice, which is like, yes, victory, but a difficult victory, something that took a long time to decide, that you're still, I feel like a lot of you wanted to make a different choice, but you need to do this in order to move forward on your path. We're going to keep going. Again, if this is resonating, tap that screen. All right, we're going to get some clarity right now between the world and the high priestess energy. Whoa! Sliding out, not wanting to be seen, which makes a lot of sense given the card. Huge major arcana this week coming through. This world card, understanding you need to do things right now, that you're shaping the reality that you desire, that you're moving into the state of really being able to manifest the things you want in this higher spiritual mindset. A lot of you are going to be choosing to go kind of inwards for a bit. There's a lot of internal churning that's happening this week, kind of choosing yourself, understanding that you're going to need more time alone to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. You're okay with it though. It's a bit of like, there is a lot of isolation this week coming through, but it's chosen isolation. It's a choice. It's a choice to follow your spiritual calling right now, to follow your higher purpose. And in that way, I don't see it being like a place that you feel super isolated and alone, because it's one that you're kind of taking for the highest reasons, for the best reasons. This can also indicate travel as well. So for some of you, this could also indicate a period of travel or plans on travel that you may be in the process of making for that higher spiritual purpose as well. We are going to continue going here, clarifying right now between the high priestess and the ace of swords. Whoa, we've got the rest of the cards coming out. Oh my, yep, there they are. We've got all four coming out now. Okay, so clarifying between kind of this spiritual insight that's allowing you this higher level of victory is the fact that you are now putting your time and energy in something that's going to take some time, but you're okay with it. You've made your choice. The choice has been made. You're willing to invest in your a lot of investment right now for many people this week on your own spiritual calling or on the work that you feel is really bringing you to a higher spiritual place. There's a deep investment this week in setting the course of the work that you want to do that's going to bring you the deepest satisfaction and achievement. There's a lot of individuating happening this week for the collective, really kind of putting your nose to the grindstone, if you will, getting the things you need done and letting that be your metric of success. Don't hate it. Still don't hate it. And what's allowing this victory right now and this hard choice? Well, this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. For feminine energy right now, this victory, this hard choice you're making is setting a boundary. You've set a boundary. You've laid down a line. You've said you can only pass if you give me this. And for many of you right now, it's this ability. And again, I told you this hard choice. This is the hard choice. It was literally not allowing certain things to come towards you. It was calling a halt to something. It was saying, I'm not allowing this in this way. That's giving you this victory. It's giving you this empowerment moment that you really needed in order to set these boundaries for yourself. For masculine energy, this is going to hit a little different as well, because there's a victory happening and you're making a choice, but I feel like you are being forced to make that choice because of a feminine that has effectively put up a boundary towards you, that you're now making the choice that you didn't want to make. But that's also a victory, because now you kind of see the fact that there is this strong feminine kind of encouraging you into the direction that is going to serve your highest purpose, which is definitely interesting. So again, masculine energy is making the choice that they didn't want to make or that they were hesitant to make, but understanding that there is a victory, but it's a victory that's being forced on them in a way by the feminine. So that's very bittersweet. Like, oh, okay, this is what I have to do. I have no other choice. So we see that here. What's really interesting is, this is a little confusing, but we're going to read it because that's what we do. You know, this choice that's finally being made, the one that everybody was supposed to make, because nothing was getting done functionally. the work was not happening the way that the work needed to happen, right? So a lot of people are also moving into this direction because they see, they're like, that wasn't working. This is what's going to work. A lot of you, we see, are making the choice right now not to leave something, not to abandon something. That for many of you, there was a choice. It's very curious. For many of you, there was this deeper choice that needed to be made. But it's also realizing that you don't necessarily want to walk away from something completely. Okay? That there is a path that you're trying to find forward in something that won't prevent you from having to leave. So this is that sticking point that we're seeing. It's almost like I'm seeing a situation where people are shutting down instead of, I don't want to say shutting down, but isolating instead of walking away from something, because they really don't, there is this deeper need that says, I need to put a boundary up, but I don't need to leave this entirely. I just need to create the boundary and then wait to see if the boundary can be reached. Very interesting. That's an intriguing card. I'm very much looking forward for the clarification of that, because it's a little counter to what we're seeing. It's almost like someone's trying to figure out, there is still that puzzling out how to make something work without leaving a situation or a scenario. All right, clarifying right now between this Hermit, so this going inward right now and putting in the work, someone being like, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, and isolating, like definitely isolating, is, whoop, we've got two cards coming. Wow, we've got all aces. Oh, we've got all aces. All right, so here's the thing. A lot of you are just like, I will be, and this is literally for me, like, this is a joke right now with, like, we've got the ace, we've got the High Priestess with the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles. So this to me is everybody being like, if you need me, I will be in my mind palace. Everybody is going inwards. Everybody is like, I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to talk to you guys. I'm going to be in my mind palace creating something right now, because what the heck? Clarifying this is just really, really wanting to pour all of your time and energy in only things that yield results. This, for a lot of people this week, it's really looking at what they're pouring their time and energy in and really asking themselves if it's yielding the results that they truly want, and pulling back on the places that they feel are not giving them any, like, this is really a week that it's like, if you aren't putting anything in my pocket, if you are not making my life a better, easier, more comfortable place, you can please exit stage left. And because I've got to work on this. This is all I'm concentrating on. So a heavy pouring right now into your own work and the things that you're doing, investing heavily, maybe even being a little cautious, maybe putting a little too much time and energy into make sure that you're balancing that, because this can show like there's a little bit of an overwork vibe here, but we're okay with that, because really it's also a reconsideration that says, like, really looking at things and saying, what is going to be the most beneficial for me as I go forward? Clarifying between this Seven of Pentacles energy and this Queen of Swords energy. So the feminine energy literally putting that wall up, and masculine energy now kind of looking and working on their own things for now, or their other options, because feminine has put this wall up around them. And for feminine, it's investing in themselves by setting boundaries and seeing who can meet them at the boundaries that they've set. I love it. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, which means a return to, this is like kind of a return to taking back your own passion, taking back your own creativity, understanding that you do not need to find that source from other people, but that you can generate it for yourself. And so, you know, for feminine, it's really just kind of laying a boundary down and embracing what is meant for them that comes towards them with that boundary set, or even finding it themselves. And for masculine, it's really embracing their own, it's like embracing your own sense of creativity and passion and refocusing on putting that passion into things that are going to grow, because there's a feminine that is kind of blocked you, if you will. So again, this is why everyone's kind of hermiting up, because even masculine's like, all right, well, I'm not going to meet the boundary. I'm just going to just do what I'm doing and focus on my work and focus on the things I'm doing. All right, we're going to keep going. Clarifying between this curious Queen of Swords, so a boundary being laid down, but also this, yeah, this is what's happening. There's a Queen of Swords that does this, laying down a boundary, but it's also saying, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want you to meet the boundary. I just want you to meet the boundary. Or masculine that's really saying, like, I don't want to go anywhere, but you've laid down a boundary, is, can I get the card to clarify, please? One card to clarify, please. One card to clarify. One card to clarify. One card to clarify, please. Hold on, this one doesn't want to come out. That makes sense, because this is the one I don't understand. Transformation. Something needs to transform. Something needs to change or end and transform. So this is really saying right now that there's some situation for both sides, masculine and feminine energy, that's going to require a profound change. It's going to feel like an ending. And for some, it's going to be masculine realizing that they don't want to walk away from something and understanding they need to change. Feminine, it's going to be laying a boundary, but then holding that boundary and just allowing the fact that I feel like for feminine, what's nuts right now, it's like the fact that feminine's holding a boundary but not going anywhere is the transformation moment. That this is something feminine hasn't done before, to be like, I'm not leaving, but I'm not going anywhere, but you need to meet me here. Like, that's really like this like a power that the feminine is embracing, that say, I'm not going anywhere, but also I won't tolerate X, Y, or Z. That's really what's happening for the feminine. And masculine's just kind of looking at that and being like, I need to change, or nothing, like change or end is really what we're seeing. But there is a resistance to leaving the feminine that set the boundary. Okay, we're going to continue. Clarifying between these beautiful ace cards, the Ace of Pentacles in its reversal and the Ace of Wands in its upright. So these two energies here, really over investing in work and putting a lot of energy into work for the hope of the creative like input and the passion that'll come from it. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Can I get one card to clarify between those 2 points? Whoop! Okay, well, we've got the 2 cards. We've got one here. Masculine, rushing forward. Masculine energy. So here's the thing. For feminine right now, we see a lot of pouring into themselves, a lot of the work they're doing, pouring in, looking for that creativity around themselves, and having masculines moving towards them, maybe even a little aggressively. There is something a bit on this energy about being a bit oppositional, being a bit overly aggressive, which is curious. Which, I mean, but also makes a lot of sense, considering that this almost feels like a reactivity point to the feminine laying the boundary down, right? For feminine right now, for masculine right now, we're seeing the fact that masculine is rushing towards something very quickly. That there is something that masculine is feeling right now where they're trying to chase after their passions, or putting a lot of work into things, and they're moving very aggressively towards the things that really harness their creativity, that they've already poured a lot of time and investment in. So this is very interesting, because it does hit a little differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Feminine may have a lot of like assertiveness on the part of masculine right now. And masculine is really just chasing after their own passion. So clarifying right now between the Ace of Wands, so this creativity, and this sense of change or transformation happening around this, around passion, around around all of this focus point, the shift that's happening in terms of getting a hold of that passionate energy. We've got the Lovers. So whatever this transformation happening this week is, it's to bring deeper alignment to a real spiritual connection between you and another person. That there is something deeply there's something deeply shifting right now in the energy around the creativity, around the passion that is being done to allow for a deeper partnership, allow for that deeper connection point. Don't hate it. All right, clarifying right now between the Knight of Swords. So this masculine energy is moving very fast, very aggressively towards partnership. It's a sense of rushing, not wanting to miss the opportunity, if you will. We have King of Cups. King of Cups energy. So this is going to hit a little differently, this depending on how you align to feminine or masculine energy. For masculine energy, the resolution for today is moving into a place of deeper emotional security, of getting more in touch with their feminine energy. This would explain why the High Priestess was coming up so strongly around the masculine, because this really indicates a masculine energy that is in alignment with their feminine. I love the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is someone who can hold the emotional bandwidth to experience their emotions while also embodying the masculine energy. It's a joining, much like the Queen of Wands is the joining of the masculine and feminine. The King of Cups is the joining of the feminine and the masculine. So today, we're actually seeing the results of a lot of this work over the past week is masculine moving into a place of deeper spiritual alignment with their own feminine center and being more receptive to emotionality, to speaking, to understanding. And they're moving towards it here from a place of like a lot of a lot of speed, because they want this partnership. Whereas for feminine, it's going to be moving into a place of experiencing a manifestation of masculine that is emotionally balanced, that can hold room for the feminine. So a lot of this is transforming them out of a place where the energy is aggressive and hostile to one that the energy is now shifting to one that is much more able to hold an emotional space, to make this, to have this place. And for some of these feminine, for some of the feminine, I'm going to go so far as to say that this might be a new masculine. This may be a new masculine energy that isn't going to be as assertive or combative as the energy that was previously kind of taking up a lot of your time and energy with this more adversarial stance. So it's really going to be interesting to see for many if that's going to be the same energy, or if it's going, like if that old energy transforms. But given the way things typically don't transform, this could be a new energy coming in. So there's that. Bottom of the deck on this right now to keep in mind is Six of Wands reversed. So one of the downsides to this, and again, I think this makes sense. This is like at the heart of the matter on why some of this inward going is happening. There is something right now where both energies don't feel like they're being truly seen or appreciated. And so this is something that kind of stings right now, because there is something about this, there is like almost a return to the self right now on both sides of the energy, because they feel that they're not being truly seen or appreciated by the other side. And so it's this feeling of not feeling seen or appreciated, that's kind of, it's forcing a lot of this energy to go inwards and to concentrate on the self again. It's going to be like, this is the part that's going to sting about it, right? Because I kind of see here, like a lot of this like internal turning is not necessarily something that we saw, not willing to do on your own, kind of being forced or inspired to do. So that's a bit of a hairy moment with this that needs to be dealt with. But overall, I think this energy is looking great. I think this energy is looking beautiful for the collective. So I'm totally here for it. So that was the collective reading for the day. I just want to thank all of you for tuning in. Just a reminder, if you would like a private reading with me, you can book one on my site, gracedraga.com. Please keep in mind, when you go to book a private reading on my site, it's a 2-step process. You have to schedule the reading and then you have to book the reading. You need to do both if you would like to have the reading. Also, please keep in mind that if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my private services. Just be sure to mention your TikTok subscriber ID when you go to pay for the reading. So I want to thank all of you, and I will be back tomorrow to give you the reading then. So I hope you